Alex Jones might also have lied in court, but perjury price might be unusual revelations that conspiracy theorist Alex Jones may have lied on the stand in a defamation lawsuit with the aid of parents of a child slain in the 2012 Sandy Hook mass shooting made for a dramatic moment in a high-profile trial. However, it might be uncommon for prosecutors to comply with perjury charges, legal professionals said. A jury in Austin, Texas, on Friday stated Jones ought to pay $45.2 million in punitive damages on top of the $4.1 million in compensatory damages it had already offered to the plaintiffs for falsely claiming the shooting was a hoax. During the very last day of testimony on Wednesday, a legal professional for the mother and father made the uncommon disclosure that Jones' lawyer had inadvertently dispatched him a report containing textual content messages from Jones' smartphone about the Sandy Hook capturing. The revelation changed into widespread due to the fact Jones has maintained that he had searched his phone for such messages and in no way discovered any. The lawyer for the mother and father, Mark Bankston, in wondering Jones approximately the texts, asked him if he knew the definition of perjury. Jones spoke back that the concept he had lied was ridiculous. Travis County Judge Maya Guerra Gamble on Thursday denied Jones' movement for a mistrial primarily based on the disclosure. Perjury costs are uncommon in Texas, even if events in civil complaints are stuck giving fake testimony, consistent with crook protection attorneys who practice in the kingdom. But prosecutors in liberal Travis County, wherein Jones' radio show and right-wing webcast Infowars is based, will be greater inclined to charge Jones due to his incendiary conservative perspectives and his mockery of the criminal device in the course of the defamation case, said Lisa Shapiro Strauss, an attorney in Houston. The political motivation may be there to make an instance of him, Strauss stated. Lawyers for Jones and the circle of relatives that sued him, and the Travis County District Attorney's Office, did not reply to requests for comment. If Jones were charged, it would likely be for aggravated perjury, a prison punishable via 10 years in jail, due to the fact his comments were made in court testimony, lawyers said. Lying under oath outside of court docket, along with in a deposition or police statement, is a misdemeanor in Texas. Prosecutors could need to carefully evaluate Jones' testimony about the textual content messages earlier than identifying whether to carry a perjury rate, in keeping with Benson Varghese, a Fort Worth, Texas-based protection lawyer. Varghese mentioned that if Jones has claimed only that he couldn't find the messages, prosecutors ought to have a tough time proving that he intentionally lied about their lifestyles. The mere fact that the text messages exist does not necessarily suggest he located them, and then lied approximately it, Varghese stated. Gamble, the Chews presiding over the defamation case, can refer the matter to local prosecutors, which could in all likelihood raise the probabilities that Jones is charged, legal professionals mentioned. Gamble has time and again admonished Jones and his criminal crew in the course of 4 years of litigation in the case and has recommended that Jones lied underneath oath, approximately complying with discovery requests and his corporation's financial scenario. Earlier this week, the Chews warned Jones towards lying at the stand, telling him, "Just because you declare to think something is authentic does no longer make it real." But Gamble has evaded imposing sanctions on Jones within the defamation case, suggesting his statements may be insufficiently extreme to warrant perjury fees, said Nick Bunch, a white-collar defense legal professional in Dallas. It's most unlikely that it turns into a crook prosecution, Bunch stated.